Chapter 7. Navadvipa Mahatmya. Parikrama Khan. Sri Suvarna Vihar and Sri Devapali. And we are going there tomorrow. We are going to the Singapali, Suvarna Vihar, Amgat. 3 places tomorrow. So it's good that we are hearing about Sri Suvarna Vihar today, so that we know how to conduct ourselves tomorrow and get the maximum. All glory to Sri Chaitanya Chandra. All glories to Prabhu Nityananda. All glories to Advaita and Damodara. All glories to the devotees addicted to Gauranga's feet. Those devotees are headed by Srivas Pandit. And all glories to Navadvipa, the topmost abode. Translation is going. Which translation here? Yes. So Parikrama begins tomorrow. Actually, it was today. Today is the beginning of Parikrama. But today, the process that one does not go out of my. So we did the Adivaas, preparing for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will go out. And we are going to 3 places tomorrow, according to the schedule I have. We are going to Amgat. The Lochita Mahaprabhu, he planted mango. He planted a mango. Mango grew up right there and started producing mangoes. Was ripe, and the devotees were eating. That mango does not have seed. It does not have fibers. There is no skin. Ours has those 3 things. But the one Chaitanya Mahaprabhu planted directly does not have these 3 things. So we are going there tomorrow. Then the Singapali. The Singhadev, after killing Hiranyakasipu, he washed his lotus hands. There are many places Singhadev did, not only Navadvipa. One of the places, first of all, he washed hand there at Ahobila. That's the first one. He washed his hands from the blood of Hiranyakasipu. Wash the hand after killing Hiranyakasipu. Then one is here, Navadvipa. Ujjain also there is another one. Where again? Okay. So in these places, the singer they washed his hands. So how was he doing it? How was he doing it? As a Supreme Lord, he has mystic power, so he stay one place, wash hand here, wash hand here, wash hand there. Is that how he did it? How did he do it? Thank you. Different ages, not the same time. You don't see it in the scripture. When you read it, you will not see it. Only when one look at it deeply, you can get it. So that is how it happened. And then Suvarna Vihar. So these places we are going to visit tomorrow. And we are looking at it in chapter 7 of Navadvipa Mahatmya. All glory to Sri Chaitanya Chandra. All glories to Prabhu Nityananda. All glories to Advaita and Gadadhar. All glories to the devotees addicted to Gauranga's feet, headed by Srivas Pandit. And all glories to Navadvipa, the topmost abode. Leaving Vishrama Sthana, the party proceeded to Suvarna Vihar. The Nityananda Prabhu said, "O Jiva Goswami, this is a wonderful place, like the forest of Navadvipa. It is transcendental to material nature. During Satya Yuga, a well-known king named Suvarna Sena lived here. For a long time, he was simply engaged in ruling the kingdom. And even when he grew old, he took no rest. The king's mind was absorbed in material hankering. And he was always thinking how to increase his wealth. Who knows by what good fortune Narada happened to come there? You will see the drama. Pancharatna Prabhu is going to do drama. Every year he will do drama. In the Singha Pali, Rukumini Dwarkadis, Krishna Rukumini Dwarkadis Prabhu. Rukumini Krishna, yeah, Rukumini Krishna Prabhu. He also do drama in the Singha with his group from Punjabi Bahag in Delhi. He does drama in this place. So you're going to have a lot of dramas. So illustrating the pastimes that took place in these places. So the king was very absorbed in material affairs. And he was constantly increasing his empire without thinking about his spiritual welfare. When Narada Muni came to visit him, he did not invite Narada Muni, but he came. So Srila Bhakti Thakura is saying, of course, Bhakti Thakura repeating what Nityananda Prabhu said to Srila Jiva Goswami. Who knows by what good fortune Narada Muni appeared? He happened to come there. After being profusely worshipped by the king, Narada took him to a secluded place and mercifully instructed him on the absolute truth. It cannot be ordinary, because there are so many kings who are very absorbed in their material duties. They did not have the fortune of having Narada Muni there. The fact that Narada Muni had come to him means he has a fortune that attracted Narada Muni to come. And you can see that when he saw Narada Muni, he worshipped him fully. Narada Muni had visited Kamsa many times, but Kamsa never worshipped him. He received him, but no worship. But here, the king is worshipping Narada Muni to his best ability. Narada spoke as follows: "O king, your days are going by uselessly with thoughts of material wealth and gain. Know that this world is of no value. The supreme wealth is spiritual knowledge. Living entities in this material world are suffering because of material sense gratification. And we are trying every day to make nice material arrangement. Is that the solution? The thing which is causing the problem, it is what we are going deep into. That is illusion. One cannot be saved from a burning house by changing the rooms. It is by getting out of the building altogether. But we don't see people doing like that in material world. We are not suffering because of Bhakti, devotion for Krishna. We are suffering because of sense gratification. But look at our activities. Every day, it is simply the expansion of the thing which is causing our suffering. So that the money came to the king to release him from this bondage. The supreme wealth is spiritual knowledge. Just once consider this in your heart. You have no real relationship with your wife, sons, or friends. After your death, they will immerse your body in the water and return to their homes. If one cannot claim anything as his own, then why hold on to this false hope of aspiration? This taste for material objects, which are like a drop of water with no capacity to quench the thirst. In my place, when someone leaves the body, they will make a very nice decorated casket. Beautiful casket. And very expensive. Remember? Very expensive casket. With perfect design. Very nice. Artistically. And then they put the dead body inside. And people will be crying. Some of them, they hold the casket. When they're taking it for the burial, they hold, oh please, you cannot go, don't leave me. But when they put the body in the ground, none of them goes there. All along they're crying and holding the casket. Seriously, they're holding to it. But when they're putting the casket, nobody goes there. They all stay back. And once it is buried, everybody goes back home to continue with their normal life. What kind of life is that? Is that life? Huh? You call that life? Ignorance. It is simply ignorance. This is what Narada is telling the king. He is talking to all of us who are attached to this body we are carrying. And we are seriously wasting our time for something we are not going to hold on to. So the Ramon is speaking. If you think that by getting happiness you can avoid distress, and therefore you must end wealth, that is also false, because this life itself is impermanent. lasting not more than 100 years. Now we don't even reach the 100 years. 50, you are on borrowed time. Borrowed time. 50, after 50, so many varieties of balms. It is not going to change. That is how it will continue with varieties of balms or massaging oils. You can put any level, any name on it. It is not going to change. It will go the same thing, the same way, until finally it is dropped. The same with whatever we make in this material, that is electronics or vehicle. They have the same way of dwindling. You can change your engine. Don't expect that it's going to function like the first time you got the car. Change the oil, fuel, gasket, or ring it again. You will never get back the same thing. What you get is that you fix this one today, this other one is going to break. So you'll be fixing here and fixing there and fixing there or fixing there until finally it gets to the destination and it's parked somewhere. The body is the same way it functions. So no intelligent person should waste his or time for what is not going to last. We can only learn how to use it wisely. Using it wisely means we use it in devotional service. Out of the 8,400,000 bodies, human body is meant for devotional service only. Using it for any other thing is a failure. Even if we think that we are succeeding, as we think we are succeeding materially, we are spiritually dead. So Ramon is speaking. Therefore, know the truth. You must go beyond this world of illusion to the place where there is happiness without pain. That is the spiritual world. The spiritual world has no pain. It is real happiness. Not what we think in this material world. There is no happiness here. It is simply a struggle to exist. By what process can one attain a result in which there is no fear, no pain or grief? Simply by renunciation or cultivating knowledge, one cannot get this result. By vairagya and dhyan, one can get freedom from material bondage and merge into the Brahman. But in Brahman, there is no bliss. Rather, I say, merging into Brahman is utterly condemned. For it is annihilation of the self. By this liberation, you will lose material enjoyment. and nothing good is gained. Just consider that aspect. Just consider that aspect of liberation. The wise man does not accept the path of material enjoyment or liberation. Bhakti or mukti, but rather engages in devotional service to Sri Krishna. That person is free from the attraction to material enjoyment and completely attracted to serving the lotus feet of Krishna. The process of bhakti may be divided into three parts: Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojana. The living entity is a servant of Krishna. Therefore, without performing devotional service, everything is lost. The tree of bhakti, however, bears fruit in the form of love of God. That fruit is the necessity or ultimate goal and eternal treasure of all living entities. Bhakti and mukti are insignificant in comparison. Krishna is the sun, full of knowledge and bliss. Maya is his shadow, or perverted reflection. The living entity is an infinitesimal particle of Krishna's effulgence. Because of his marginal nature, Tatastha, when a living entity contacts Maya, then Maya captures and binds him. When one goes away from Krishna, he can only go towards Maya. By Maya's contact, the living entity becomes attached to fruitive activities. In Maya's net, one suffers while wandering throughout the universe. Karma and gain promise relief from the suffering and deliverance from this world, but they are unstable to give it. Sometimes one takes to the regulative activities of the Vedas for material gain. Sometimes one takes to the eightfold path of yoga. Sometimes one takes to discussion on knowledge of Brahman. And sometimes one takes to logic and argument. But ultimately there is no success. For one does not consider the treasure behind within his own soul, the actual nature of his soul. While wandering from one body to body, if he happens to meet a pure devotee, he will receive real Shraddha, pure faith. By association with the devotees, he will eventually take to the worship of Krishna and then give up all unwanted habits. and narrators. Then he becomes firmly fixed, Nishta, in devotional service. As one continues to engage in devotional service, he develops taste, ruchi. Gradually, this state leads to attachment and shakti. This turns to bhava, and bhava becomes prema. This is the progression of pure bhakti. Hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping, bowing down, servitude, friendship, and self-surrender. These are the ninefold processes. One who performs this in association of devotees attains Krishna Prema. You are very fortunate, for your kingdom is in Navadvipa. Your residence here is the beginning of your good fortune. Now develop your faith by associating with devotees and singing the names of Krishna. Let the sun of Prema rise on your heart. Fortunate will be the coming of Kali Yuga, for Krishna will bring his associate here and manifest his pastimes as Gauranga. One who chants Gaura's name will get the mercy of Krishna, and he will be able to live in Vrindavan. One who worships Krishna without chanting the name of Gauranga will get Krishna only after a long time. But he who takes Gauranga's name quickly gets Krishna, for offenses do not remain within him. That's the benefits of Navadvipa. Offenses does not stay here, and it does not affect our progress in Krishna consciousness. So, staying here is the easiest way to get Krishna Prema. Express way to Prema. So Nadamuni is teaching the king to have the fortune of associating with devotees. And because Gauranga Mahaprabhu is coming here, one who lives here has fortune to quickly attain pure love of Godhead. While saying this, Narada lost control of himself and began to dance and chant the names of Gaura. Gaura Haribol. Devina joined in. Oh, Gaura Hari! When will blessed Kali Yuga come? Saying this, Narada went off, leaving the king filled with prema, crying the name of Gauranga, dancing and begging love of God. From the devotees, he became free from material hankerings. Later, while sleeping, the king saw Gauranga and Gadadhara with their associate dancing in the courtyard, surrounding the golden form of Gora. They were all chanting Hare Krishna while dancing and embracing one another. So we are going to the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gadadhara Pandit with the associate, they dance, they drop prema, We are going to the same place just tomorrow. So what will you do there? Huh? Just chanting the name of Goranga, Narada Muni forgot himself. And he gave the king prema. So this is a place to distribute prema and the place to receive prema. We're going there tomorrow. Let us be conscious of what to expect in this place. So while we are there, we should not forget. Don't be spaced out. In our mind, we should see Goranga Mahaprabhu and his associates. We should see Narada Muni. We should see this fortunate king engage in kirtan of the holy name of Krishna. So there will be Guru Puja here. Let us join the kirtan. Let us dance from the heart and chant. Please do not discuss anything with anybody. If you do that, your purpose of going there or doing Parikrama is a failure. We are here begging for pure love of Godhead. And the process is what we are getting. It's the process. We are getting the process. Let us not miss it. If you're having discussions or rushing to go and see the deities are the Radha Krishna deities, and not giving attention to chanting and hearing and dancing, your parikrama is a fatigue. Not parikrama. Parikrama is not a fatigue. Parikrama is a purifying activity for pure love of Godhead. So we are going for that. Let us go with an open mind, open heart, open hands. So as we're there, we should remember, we should remember this in our mind, in our heart. We should remember that Gauranga Mahaprabhu manifested himself to the king in a dream after Narada Muni has come to spark the fire of Bhakti in him. That is the importance of association with a holy man. They are holy because they can stimulate our Krishna consciousness with their potency. The sadhu must be potent to penetrate the heart of the audience. That is a sadhu. See, Narada Muni is doing. The king was really absorbed in selling education. Narada Muni cut it off. and replace it with Krishna. In the night, the king had a dream, and he saw what Narada Muni told him. You are a very fortunate king, that in this place where you are, you happen to be a king here. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is appearing here. To do what? To distribute Krishna Prema. Freely. No expense. No price. So the devotees joined the kirtan. Did you hear what it is said here? It is said here, while saying this, Narada lost control of himself and began to dance and chant the name of Gora. Gora Haribo! The Veena joined in. What do you understand by that? Did you hear that? Say it loud. Veena was not played by Narada. The Veena was playing itself. You understand? Means what? Means Veena is a person. You see? Veena is a person. Is jubilant. Became ecstatic because of association with Narada. He's joined the kirtan by playing. This is Krishna consciousness. We should not think that Krishna consciousness is just rules and don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. That is not Krishna consciousness. This is just to prepare us for what is available. So Rupa Goswami said we should not get stuck there, just follow rules without understanding the purpose. Or whimsically rejecting it. Awakening, the king was in anguish and began weeping in separation from Gauranga. Then a voice spoke, O king, when I appear, you will be amongst my associates. Your name will be... What's your name? What is the name? Buddhi Mantaka, yes. Buddhi Mantakan. You will receive the transcendental dam and serve the lotus feet of Gauranga. Hearing this, the king became composed and began to worship Gauranga. When Nityananda finished his story, Srivas Pandit, who is an empowered incarnation of Narada Muni, fell unconscious. That means what? He fell unconscious means he is in a mood of Narada Muni. in the mood of Narada. He fell unconscious to the ground. Overcome by great ecstasy and intoxicated with the nectar of Gora's name, Sri Jiva Goswami also fell flat on the earth. Oh Lord Goranga, will I ever be able to see your golden jewel-like future here? This is a mood we should have. We should maintain this mood. We should maintain this mood. As we are hearing this, this is how we should think. Oh Lord Goranga, will I ever be able to see your golden jewel-like figure here? Jiva Goswami repeatedly called out. At this time, Goranga's Kirtan party became visible before their eyes. Goranga Mahaprabhu Kirtan became visible. They were able to see this. Nityananda Prabhu is himself part of the party. So he is narrating his pastimes to Jiva Goswami. And he rewind back that pastime. So they were able to see it. He was not just telling the story, he was also making it real. They could participate with it directly. Nectar was defeated by the blissful form of Gauranga, who then began dancing. Then Nityananda Prabhu, along with Adwaita and all the other devotees, began to sing Gauranga's glories. The sound of mridanga and karatals joined in as that jewel display of Sankirtan manifested the previous pastimes. The bliss of that scene, which lasted up till midday, is impossible to describe. Usually, a dream doesn't last for long. Especially dreams which are very short. They will manifest. They will take place. The dream that is in early morning and very short, they will manifest. That is not dream. That is not dream. That is vision. It's not dream. We just add it to dream, but that one is not a dream. But here the dream continued for hours. They were experiencing the Kirtan of Mahaprabhu with his associates in Subarna Vihar, Buddhimantakan kingdom is in his house. This is taking place. So while we are there tomorrow, let us not forget this. This should be in our consciousness. Don't remember anything else. You should meditate on this. And ask, like Jiva Goswami did, will I ever be able to see a golden jewel-like figure here? And what would Chizai Mahaprabhu do? He will reveal the same thing. Let the history repeat itself. That is Krishna consciousness. Then, singing loudly the glories of Gauranga, the party of pilgrims entered Devapali. In that village, they took rest as the guests of the presiding deity, Nrsimha. And then they took their midday meals. At the last minute of daylight, as they all wandered in the village, Nityananda Prabhu spoke. This is Devapali, and here is the temple of Nrsimhadev, well known since the Satya Yuga. After bestowing his mercy on Prahlad by killing Hiranyakashipu, the Lord came here to rest. So in the front of the temple, there is a big pond. In the same water, Nrsimhadev washed his hands. The same water. So that is Chanamrit. Chanamrit. The devotees who have eyes, they do see the water red, like blood. So tomorrow we can test our Bhakti. What we are going to see tomorrow. Yes, Bhakti can be tested. We should test where we are so we can know what is the remaining distance to get to where we are going. It is necessary. So tomorrow is that test. So we are going there tomorrow. Brahma and the other demigods met at their houses here and formed a village. This village was established on tilas, hillocks, here on the bank of the Mandakini River. And all the residents became absorbed in the worship of Nrsimhadev. According to the scriptures, this village in Navadvipa, named Sri Nrsimha Chetra, is most purifying. See here is Surya Tila, Brahma Tila, and to the east was Nrsimha Tila. The place is now transformed. See here, Ganesh Tila, and over there is Indra Tila. Though Bishop Karma built hundreds of jeweled houses here, in one time all were destroyed, and the Mandakini dried up. Now only the hillocks mark the places. See these countless broken stones, the remnant of the temples. Again in the future, one devotee king will receive a drop of Nrsimha's mercy, and he will make a large temple, reinstall Nrsimha, and take up service to Nrsimha again. This is on the border of the Navadvipa Parikrama within the 16 crossers. Giving up the net of Maya and having only the world to the lotus feet of Nitai and Janava. This beggar, Bhakti Notakura, sings the glories of Navadvipa, which have no limit. Navadvipa Dham Mahatmya Ki. Any comments, questions? Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Navadvipa farm is offenseless and it can give prema in spite of offenses. But does that give a devotee license to blame, complain against, or criticize them?
Navadvipa gives prema. And offenses are not considered. Does that give license for some of us to blame the devotees? No, it does not give anyone the chance to criticize anyone, to blame, blaspheme anyone. It is an opportunity given to us, but it should not be misused. If you talk about the damn buses who are having 4 hands, so what do you think we're doing? We are destroying ourselves. So it is very dangerous for us to do that. It's dangerous. We shouldn't do that. Because it is not a license for us to become whimsical. It is a chance for us to become purified. So let us take full advantage and make ourselves happy. You should think about the importance of Navadvipa, the benefits of Navadvipa, the fortune that Srila Prabhupada has created in us, that he has brought us here. When Srila Bhakti was writing all this, arranging for all this, none of us were here. We didn't ask him to do this. It's Lord Shiva who told him to do this. Come and discover Jogpit and the whole 9 islands here. Lord Shiva gave him this assignment. He was going to Vrindavan, but Lord Shiva brought him back here. Come and do service. Because in the future, so many people are going to come to take shelter. So Srila Bhakti could establish it, and Srila Prabhupada took it and spread it all over the world. So we should be grateful to them instead of criticizing. We should be grateful. All right. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much for the lecture. Sorry, I have to ask this question. Whenever you narrate this leelas or this theaters, you narrate them with such conviction, 101% conviction that these events have taken place. So it just struck my mind when you were mentioning that the water flowing in the Nisimha Valley is red in color for those who can see. You want to translate? Yeah. I should continue? I will do. Okay. So I have listened, or I do listen to different, very advanced devotees when they discuss these subject matters. And sometimes, when I hear certain things, I become a bit discouraged. Statements like, well, they say this is where so and so happened. They say. So I become, and they are not, I mean, so I become very worried. They say, did it happen or not? They say this is where so and so happened. They say, or sometimes we go to certain cones in Vrindavan and whatever, and some devotees narrate kata, and they say this is the one that this lila took place, but so the faith becomes sometimes I begin to doubt. Did it happen here or not? But when you narrate, you are very specific. This happened there. This took place here. This is the benefit of taking back here. So my question to you, Marat, is this: what is your source of conviction? Is your source of conviction based on the fact that because this is written in the scriptures in the Mahatmya, our acharyas will not say what is not authentic. Therefore, I believe. Or is your conviction coming from a revelation? I'm certain.
Thank you very much for your question. Yeah, I appreciate your question because a good listener, you hear, not just listen, but you hear attentively, and that is helping you to think deeply, to ask a question like this. I don't know how to answer your question. But the only thing I will say is that our chariots cannot waste their time. They are not the fiction writers. They don't have time for fiction. Neither do they write to make money. It is the heart they put here. For example, I just mentioned that tomorrow all these places could mention that we are going to tomorrow. That means this place does exist. This is a long time back. Bhakti wrote this a long time. And today we come here and we see these places physically. So that is a fact. It's not false, it's a fact. So if we don't have faith in our chariots, then we will say like that. They say. That means a person does not believe it. The the person is doubting. I had also the same thing. When Swami is a guru, he took some devotees to Ahobila. You see, from Mayapur here, he wasted his time, wasted money to go all the way to Ahobila. I even climbed, which is risky. He took all that risk. And the same thing like this, the same thing as you're saying. And he's telling devotees that he's not sure that that thing happened here. And I was wondering, so why did you waste all their time so much like this? They have to come all this way for something that you're not sure does exist. That's why I use the word fatigue. It's a labor. It's not a purifying a process. It's just a labor. That one will just suffer for nothing. That is very unfortunate. So we should be very, very serious in our Christian consciousness, that we will be able to hear and know who is who in this movement. And we shouldn't base our seniority on the years we have spent in the movement. So Bhakti explains the seniority is based on how much Christian conscious is a person. That's the seniority. And we have seen that in our system. When Sutta Goswami was speaking, with so many wonderful personalities like Sonakarisi and Bharadwaj Maharaj, they are Kulapani. They have 60,000 disciples who are sages. But Sutta was not having that at that time. But he spoke the Bhagavatam. Sukadev Goswami, when we were speaking Bhagavatam, his father was there. He gave him the Bhagavatam. But when he was speaking, his father was there. The grandfather Narada also was there. But he was the one appointed to speak. So seniority is age and also in knowledge. So my conviction in these things, wherever it's coming from, it's okay. I'm just satisfied with what I'm doing. That's all. And I hope all of you should be convinced like this. This is my expectation. I want everyone to be convinced in our Christian consciousness, both philosophically and spiritually. Thank you for that question. Yes, Prabhu.
But you said that living in between, because of his material nature, get trapped by Maya. Please put light on living in between material.
Yes, we are marginal. Marginal means we are in between the material and the spiritual. and we can be influenced by Maya very easily. Why? Because of us turning our face away from Krishna. That offense makes us impotent. That inferior energy is controlling the superior energy. That is our situation. We are our superior nature of Krishna because we are spiritual. And Maya is in inferior nature of Krishna. So why Maya is controlling the superior? We're supposed to control the Maya, but we are controlled by Maya because of the offense of turning our face away from Krishna. It's a very serious offense. Because of that, we are suffering. Maya is controlling us and dictating so many things for us to do. Check everything we do in this world. Everything that we do in this material world. There is none which is coming from the soul. It's our senses who dictate the things we're doing. And we are faithfully doing them. No benefit but punishment. When we are tired, the Krishna brings us here. And regrettably, even though some of us have been promoted to come to Krishna consciousness, we have the chance to give up suffering. Maya is so strong that we still have taste for suffering. We have not suffered enough. We need more suffering, even in the presence of Krishna. That is most unfortunate. We suffer in absence of Krishna. That is understandable. Most of us are suffering right in the presence of Krishna. Just like a son of a rich man is suffering in the street. That is our situation. That is unfortunate. So we should pray seriously. As we are here, we should pray seriously to Krishna so that he can release us from this bondage. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhakti Thakur ki, Navadvipa Parikrama 2024 ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Oh, glorious assembled devotees. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Nice person.